Hey everybody, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're watching this. It is so good to see you guys again. We are starting a new series today. So our new series is called The Great Escape. So we, for the next 4 weeks, are going to be looking at some stories in Exodus where God helped the Israelites escape from Egypt. So we're going to look at 4 stories about how God helps us in different times. And so The Great Escape, I don't know if you've ever done an escape room. I have not. The thought of them sounds kind of scary to me, where you got to figure out different clues and stuff and how to break out of the room in a set amount of time. But we're going to do like a little clue breaking this morning, okay? So on the board right here, I don't know if you can see this, hopefully you can. We have a little bit of a hieroglyphic going on, which if you've ever figured that out, you've got different symbols and they stand for a letter. And we got to find the clues to be able to break the code. And when we break this code, we're going to find out what our big idea is for today. So what we're learning about today. So you guys are going to help me because I have clues hidden around the pink room. So you're going to join in and see if you can guess where they are. Okay, so this is our first clue. Super sweet and tasty to eat. I'm what Miss Holly gives as a treat. Super sweet and tasty to eat. I'm what Miss Holly gives as a treat. I realize now that this is backwards. That you're reading that. That's backwards. I know. So super sweet and tasty to eat. I'm what Miss Holly gives as a treat. What do you guys think it may be? I'll give you a second. Have you ever had a piece of candy from Miss Holly on Sunday mornings when you've learned the Bible verse? Well, let's go look and see. This is our secret candy stash over here. So come and look. Do we see, oh, where is it? Do we see a clue nestled in there? Oh, there's a clue. It was in with the candy. So our next clue, popsicles sit on me, but I stick great to your latest craft project with lots of tape. Popsicles sit on me, but I stick great to your latest craft project with lots of tape. Have you ever made a craft project with some popsicle sticks? Is that where we're guessing? Let's go look, see. Here's my box of popsicle sticks, and there's a little clue. Let's see what this one says. All right. Throw me high, roll me low, kick me with your toe. Okay, what might you throw or roll or kick? Throw, roll, or kick. Maybe, you guessed it? Is it a ball? Could you throw a ball? Could you roll a ball? Could you kick a ball? Here's my ball stash. Look at that little clue nestled right in here. All right, feeling a little hungry when you're in Miss Penny's class. Goldfish or Nilla wafers will make your hunger past. So if you're feeling a little hungry in Miss Penny's class, what might you grab? Goldfish or Nilla wafers? Snacks? Do you guys like snacks? I love snacks. So let's go see. This is a little sad because obviously we're not meeting on Sundays, so we don't have all of our regular snacks out in our buckets, but we have our snack buckets. And look what else up in here. It is our clues. Okay, so in your emails, parents, there is a copy of our code, which if you want to grab it out, you can, because I want you guys to be able to see what we're doing here and join in. Maybe you guys can guess some of these letters before me. So parents, if you need to, pause the video, go find the code, and come back and join me when you've got it. Okay, so we are going to figure out our clues to see if we can figure out what our big idea for today is. So what we're gonna do is you're gonna look for these pictures and see if you can find the letter associated with them. So let's start here. Our little rectangular box. Did you guys find it? Can you see it? It's a G. Alrighty. Then let's see, we have several of these. Can you see the little kind of maraca shaped thing? Weird thing. That is, can you find it? It's an O. So we're gonna go fill in all the other ones that we see. There's an O right here. There's an O right here. There's an O right here. All right, then our little arm kind of holding thing. Do you find that letter? It's a D. So we have our first word. Can we see our first word? What is it? God. All right, let's find any of the other arms we've got going on. We've got one over here. Okay, woo, that's a D there too. Okay, so can you see our two kind of little sails? It's, did you find it? It's a C. Okay, and then we have our bird. Now there's two birds. So there's like kind of like the bigger bird and then this little bird with a wing. So we're looking at our bigger bird. Can you find him? He's right at the beginning. He's an A. All right. And then we have our little bull with the stripes. Did you find it? It's an N. And then over here we got another one, so let's put that N in right there. Okay. Yep, I think that's all of them. All right. What's this? Did you see that? Kind of like a little mountain kind of thing. Little hump. It's an S. I don't think we have any more of those. No, we don't. Okay, now we have our little bird with his little wing. Did you find our little bird with his little wing? He's an E. So let's fill all those in where we can find them. I think there's one here. Yeah. And one more. Okay, so we got our first couple of words. God can send. Okay, we're gonna find out what God can send. Okay, here is, what's this? This is like two little, like it's kind of like two little eyes looking at you, right? That is, did you find it? It's a P, and we have another one right here. Okay, can you see what this word P-E-O-P something E? Maybe you can see it, maybe you can guess it. Is it an L? It's an L. People, God can send people. And then we have another one over here. And a P, I missed this. Woo. There we go. All right. Now we have our little, kind of like a cup. Kind of looks like a cup to me. Maybe I'm throwing you off with my descriptions, but this is a, did you find it? It's a T. All right, and then we have, so God can send people to do what? What can God send people to do? Here's this little snake. Here's a little snake. Well, we have two little snakes. So we have kind of like a long snake and a little short snake. So make sure you find the little short snake, and it is a H. And then here's our last word. So our long snake, did you find it? It is a Y. And this is our last one. It's kind of like a little cup with a triangle in it. It's a U. So what do we figure out from our clues? We discovered that this week we are learning God can send people to help you. That's what our story is about this week. Okay, so we discovered we are learning our big idea. We are learning that God can send people to help you. So I figured I would come in here a little bit less pink, right? But I am in the 5th and 6th grade room because I've missed being in here. I've missed being in here and getting to teach you guys and getting to see you guys and worship with you. So I figured I'd come in here, and we've got sparkles still hanging, so that's kind of fun, right? So our story this week, if you have a Bible, grab it. We're gonna go to Exodus, which, if you know your books of the Bible, you'll discover we start at Genesis and then comes Exodus. So it's right there at the front of the Bible. We're gonna be in Exodus chapter 2, and we're gonna be learning about Moses. And I have to tell you that Exodus is probably one of my favorite books of the Bible. I love the stories in Exodus. And I love the story of Moses. So Exodus chapter 2, now a man from the house of Levi went and took as his wife a Levite woman. The woman conceived and bore a son, and when she saw that he was a fine child, she hid him for 3 months. When she could hide him no longer, she took for him a basket made of bulrushes and daubed it with bitumen and pitch. She put the child in it and placed it among the reeds by the riverbank. and his sister stood at a distance to know what would be done to him. Now the daughter of Pharaoh came down to bathe at the river, and while her young woman walked beside the river, she saw the basket among the reeds and sent her servant woman, and she took it. When she opened it, she saw the child, and behold, the baby was crying. She took pity on him and said, "This is one of the Hebrews' children." Then his sister said to Pharaoh's daughter, "Shall I go and call you a nurse from the Hebrew women to nurse the child for you?" And Pharaoh's daughter said to her, "Go." So the girl went and called the child's mother. And Pharaoh's daughter said to her, "Take this child away and nurse him for me, and I will give you your wages." So the woman took the child and nursed him. And when the child grew older, she brought him to Pharaoh's daughter, and he became her son. She named him Moses because she said, "I drew him out of the water." So we're going to understand this story a little bit better, okay? So what was happening right now is the Israelites were kind of getting too many in number. And Pharaoh, who is like the king of Egypt, so he's the one that kind of rules, that makes all the decisions, he was real unhappy about it. So what he said was, you guys, when the Israelite women are giving birth, if they bear a son, you need to take it and kill it. And so when Moses' mother has Moses, she knows what is going to happen to her son. So that's why she hides him. And so it's an incredible story when she hides him in the basket and puts him in the river. And then Pharaoh's daughter finds her, and Moses' sister is Pharaoh's daughter's helper. And so she knows who the baby belongs to. She knows who the baby is. And so that's why she can go get Moses' mother to come and take him and look after him. And then Moses, once he's old enough, so they're talking about nursing. So once he's finished nursing and he can be away from his mother, to take him back to Pharaoh's daughter and to be raised with her. So it's kind of an incredible story, because it's amazing how God sent Pharaoh's daughter and his sister to rescue him, right? Moses is like little baby that was helpless, just in a basket in a river. If he didn't have someone come help him, there was nothing that was going to happen that was good to him, right? It's not, he's not a baby, like he's not a kid that could swim or climb out or do anything. He was just a little baby. He was helpless. But God sent somebody to help him. And it's kind of like us. I don't know if you can think of a time maybe when somebody has come to help you. Maybe there's a time when you've been stuck on something and your mom or your dad's come to help you, or in school and a friend has helped you. And maybe right now, like online learning, if you're doing online learning and you've needed to have people come help you to figure stuff out, man, this is such a it's such a tough kind of season to be learning how to do stuff like that, right? But God sends people to help you. And, a lot of the Bible kind of points to one person, okay? A lot of these stories kind of help us learn about who God is and what he did when he sent Jesus to earth for us. And so we've talked about it in church before, I know, that we all make mistakes. We do things that are sinful, so things that don't go in line with what God wants us to do. And we were kind of stuck, and we needed someone to help us, right? We needed someone to help us with all the things that we've done wrong and the punishment for that. And God sent Jesus, right? He sent Jesus. So in the beginning of this story, like Moses I don't know if you ever look at people in the Bible and think, man, they're the hero of the story. They're not the hero of the story. God is the hero of the story. And so, and we see this in this story when Moses' helpless little baby couldn't do anything, and God sends somebody to help him. God's the hero. God's the one that rescues us. God's the one that helps us. And sometimes he uses his people to do it. So that's what we're learning. God can send people to help you. So I hope that you have enjoyed our story. I hope you enjoyed our little treasure hunt there at the beginning. Make sure to look through our activities for this week to talk through some of the questions and do our activity. And hopefully we will see you guys again very soon. God bless. Bye.